Welcome back to Logic's Lens. Today, we're going to look through the lens of Redfall and why Microsoft also can't seem to get their shit together, man. So, on the 12th, Redfall put out a tweet that reads as follows. Redfall is launching on Xbox consoles with quality mode only. Xbox Series X 4K 30 FPS and the Xbox Series S 1440p 30 FPS 60 FPS performance mode will be added via game update at a later date. So there you have it, people. You just spent $500 for one of the few exclusive games that Microsoft has decided to put out, and it will only come in 30 FPS until further notice. Shout out to my boy Godly, because he said it perfectly. This generation should not be called next gen. It should be called next patch, because that's all we've been getting. Next patch. Oh, we're sorry. Next patch. The Last of Us is broke as shit. Next patch. Redfall is only 30 FPS until next patch. Hell, I love Wild Hearts. It's good, but it's not perfect. Next patch. It's like, when is the fuck's gonna be given at least once? Gotham Knights. No patch. Like, it's just like, fuck what y'all want. Fuck what you paid for. Fuck all of that. We want the money. Give us the money. We need the money first. Fix game later. Like, I don't understand the pattern and why this is becoming acceptable. I think what's exacerbates this issue is the fact that it's next gen and 60 FPS is basically an expectation at this point. I don't think it's too much to ask for at this point to get games made in 60 FPS, especially on newer hardware. And B, the issue is it's a first person shooter. You know, like, that matters. Frames matter to first person shooters, whether they like it or not, whether they care or not. And I just think that it used to be a point where we can get a game and it worked. Even if it was a bad game, you knew that it at least was working the way it was intended to work when it came out, because you ain't had no choice. Like when we bought the hardware, the Sega games, the cartridges, it wasn't no patching. PlayStation 2, it wasn't no patching online. You know, I think there's a blessing and a curse that we have the option to fix things that are broken, but it just shows that it's like, we're gonna ship this game out, and then once we get the money to fix it, then we'll fix those problems. But then you also see when games get put out and then they don't do well, the problems don't get fixed relatively quick. And it's mind-blowing that they really sit in these rooms and be like, well, we're going to release it anyway, even though it's not working the way it's supposed to work. I think a really good message that can be sent is that people don't buy the game. I'm sure it's a $70 price tag on this game. I wasn't getting it whether or not it was on PlayStation or PC or not. I'm personally not interested. But I think that everybody should be like, hey, the game isn't where y'all want it to be. Y'all told us this. Fuck it. We won't buy it till it's done. Imagine day one and the game doesn't sell at all. They're gonna still have to fix it. Probably put the game on a discount because nobody bought it. I just think that would be hilarious. But again, the casuals, the people, there's more gamers that don't pay attention to channels like this. And if you're on here right now and you're listening to this point, you should subscribe and leave a like under the video and comment if you agree or disagree with any of my takes. But I'm just saying, if nobody bought the game since it's not a complete project, hey, how is it being bought? Why are you buying it? It's not what it's supposed to be, and they already told you. Now, DLC is one thing. Those are additional things to add, but this game, they have the intent to have it work at 60 FPS, and they're telling you, well, it doesn't work at 60 FPS, so just play it at 30 until we get that shit together. That's kind of crazy to me. Even last gen games was coming out with performance and quality mode already intact, already in the game, already an option I can choose. And now y'all making that decision for us, and you're gonna charge full price. Hell, when things don't work correctly in the store, don't you get them discounted when things are not the way they're intended to be sold to you? I don't recall if I said that on this channel or I had an in-person conversation with one of my friends about this, but gaming is the only thing that we spend our money on where we willfully will spend it in full without a finished product. and we'll be okay with it, and there's no way to get a refund. Like, there's no other product that I can think of that we willfully will hand over our money knowing that it doesn't work, and they'll tell us like, oh, we'll fix that shit later. Like, fam, for the amount of time and money we spend on these games, there's absolutely no reason they should be getting unreleased. As big and bold as these projects are, y'all know it's gonna happen. It's not ever a surprise. Just give yourselves extra time. Like, this is a great this is a great quote from Shigeru Miyamoto. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is forever bad. And I think that all of these companies need to have this postered and plastered in their boardrooms where they make all the decisions. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is forever bad. I think with that mentality in mind, everybody can be happy. Gamers, investors, publishers, developers, creators, everybody is happy, and we all can enjoy the hobby that we all love. I don't want to make a whole video on this subject, but it just coincides with this, so I'm just gonna tackle it in with this video. But we also just got the announcement that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League new release date has been released, and the new release date is February 2nd, 2024. Almost a full year this game has been pushed back. So I guess we could probably, rejoice and be happy that the reception we gave this game, I'm sure, is the reason it got pushed back. Now, if they can change the fundamental mechanics of this game to the point where it's something that we might enjoy a little bit more, something that's a little more unique, we're gonna find out in February, I guess. But an entire year to push the game back, I just hope that they're not doing that to then just like have all of the Suicide Squad still shooting guns and shooting purple pustules. This is a big opportunity for Warner Brothers and Rocksteady and just gaming in general, for them to be like, okay, these people are not putting up with our bullshit anymore. Like, we can't just release whatever we feel like and think it's gonna be okay, because people are voicing their concerns. They're disliking these videos to oblivion. They're not buying it. Hey, that's what's gonna happen, and I'm more power to them. I'm glad they pushed it back. Until next time, y'all, thanks for tuning in to Logic's Lens, where the game is winning, and I'm out.